the thing about it is Jesus already paid for your peace, and he paid for your joy, and he paid for your restoration, and he paid for your joyfulness in life. Jesus has paid for you to have all of these things, no matter who comes, no matter who goes, no matter what age, no matter the space, time, dimension, dispensation. His blood has been shed so that you not only are saved, but you are also, so I'm saying saved to the point of salvation, but you are also saved from a death to your destiny. You are saved from missing out on your calling. You are saved from entering into systems that he got you out of. If only they can say, I'm sorry. And if only they can return the money. If only they can buy you flowers when he causes them to grow out of the ground. If only they can make it right, then you have your reward. These people that we have a tendency to catch offense with, to hold in unforgiveness. Listen, whatever it is, in the same way that we cannot repay Jesus Christ for what he has done, these people cannot repay you for the offense that they committed. I don't care what they do. How many people know of a couple who has been through an infidelity and the husband is still making the wife pay for it? Even if it's a snide remark here and there, or the wife is still making the husband pay for it. Where you going? You got the GPS? It better not go off. Why? Because I don't trust you. Why don't you trust me? Because of what you did the last time. Well, that was 10 years ago. Yeah, well, I still feel some kind of way about it. Listen, we may feel better about the symptoms, but the root has already sprouted after it has pierced us, right? And so these people are really limited in what they can erase. They can't undo what they've done, right? And even if they have some money to make amends for it, maybe they do buy you a $20,000 bag. And maybe they do buy you a house in Malibu and they fill that $20,000 bag with $20,000, 25 if they, really are concerned. I don't know. Or maybe they bring you your favorite chocolates, or maybe, they buy you your favorite hat, buy you tickets to your favorite game, whatever, these things may be. Is that really enough for breaking your heart? Is that really enough for them breaking and entering into your domicile and raiding your file cabinet? Is it really enough? It's really not. But if you let God be all you need, if you allow God's system to take root in your life, if you allow his word to be written in your heart, if you remember mercy and truth, and again, the truth is that if anyone owes anybody anything, it's you who owes God everything. He keeps record, as Proverbs 3 tells us, and he pays you. He writes out a check to you on your behalf of what you didn't hold someone else to. So you have a choice to operate in the system of forgiveness and allow God to pay you, because when he pays well and he pays on time. You don't have to chase him. You don't have to count it. As a matter of fact, it's going to be more than what you were owed in the first place. He will pay you so well, you will be able to forget it. It will be like it never happened. Your heart will be completely restored. Your mind, your peace of mind will be completely restored. Your body, everything about you and your life and your situation will be completely restored as if it never happened. You won't just be healed, but you'll be made whole if you let God pay you. Matthew 6:2 says, and I'm going to break this down and then I'm out. Take heed that ye do not do your alms before men to be seen of them. Otherwise, ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Okay? Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, Do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites in the synagogues do, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest thine alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the street, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. So what are we looking at here? The word tells us that if we are looking for the glory of men, which really means if we're expecting their opinion to validate us, if we want their praise, their accolades, their kudos to make us feel good, or if we want their honor. Because that's what we really want when we're holding on to unforgiveness. You didn't give me your honor. You didn't give me, I deserve your honor. I deserve your reverence. I deserve your appreciation. You didn't give it to me. If we are anticipating that from a man, the Bible says you got your reward. If that's what you want, you got it. And that's all you're going to get. But if you let God be your all in all, if you keep it between you and God, even the idea of, God, I have some unforgiveness in my heart now. I need to discuss this with you to get it out. God, this offended me. I'm immediately angry because I had an expectation for them to be kinder to me since I drove all the way here, and they're mistreating me. If you recognize that God is the one who shall reward you openly, you can let it go. God rewards you openly with grace and good understanding. God rewards you openly with favor, with him and with man, and with good understanding, insight, wisdom, which we need in order to strategically operate so that we get it right and get results the first time. Not the 100th time, the 1,000th time, 5 years later, the first time we bust the bag open. And he does it right in front of their faces. Right in front of them. So in other words, based on the debt collection system and how it works when a person goes to pay an organization instead of the debt collection agency or court or lawyer, right? God cannot write a check. Better yet, let me not say cannot, because he can do what he want to do. God will not write the check, the reward, out to you, the organization. Let me say it again. God will not write the reward. He will not give the reward to you, hence the organization. When you have it in your system that a check should be coming from a man, the Father will reward you openly. Okay? So there is a reward system here that is attached to forgiveness. It is attached to not having an expectation of men to do something for you that God has already done. All right, let's wrap up here. Furthermore, if you enter yourself into that system of unforgiveness, like I said earlier, you are subject to the rules of that system. Mark 11:26 says, but if ye do not forgive, neither will your Father which is in heaven forgive your trespasses. That means he reads the files of your heart, y'all. Let me open this up here. That means he's saying this. Okay. So on April 8th, 2024, she said what? And then she did what? And you wish that she what? And you wish that you could have slapped how? And you wish you could have cussed what? And you feel that you won't speak to her because she owes you an apology? All right, let me go. Let me go to the past. Let me go on the back. Their daddy did what? Their grandfather did the uncle what? And they desired to what? Okay, let me go to the future. Let me go. I've written that they're made whole. I've written that they're made new. I've written, how is it that what I wrote is less than what they wrote in the present? And is less than what they wrote in the past? Because that's what we do. And since you've established this system, now the question goes beyond who you have files on. The question moves to who has a file on you. So your name is run through a heavenly supernatural network to see what offenses, when people get pulled over, and some depending on where you are, okay? Some officers are not just running your name in the municipality. Some officers are running your name through the entire state. Some of them are running them through the entire country. We got to see who this person is before we let them go. And likewise, your name is ran through a system. And then you become subject to pay what you owe. And so if you find that the blessings are here out of God's love, this just seems like what I'm receiving and what I'm experiencing is his just due. This is not the overflow. This is not the abundance of blessings that I believe I'm entitled to, because he sets up that entitlement. And I'm going to do another video about that later. He does set up that entitlement when he tells us that if you pray in secret, if you shut the door and you pray in secret, your Father which sees you in secret will reward you openly. So he sets us up to understand that come to me because you love me, expect my heart, but expect my hand to follow it. You don't see God's heart and hand separate. The same way, if you're walking in a supermarket, although that person is not with you, or you're in the store, that person's not with you, you still pick up something for them because the heart and hand go together. Just as if somebody's angry and in their heart and they want to strike a person, the heart and the hand go together. So if you're seeing drips, but you're not seeing the abundance, check your heart. Go through your system. Go through your file. Who owes you something? I don't care if it's they owe you a glance. Okay? I don't care if it's the littlest thing. Because something like that may be important. They ignoring me. They acting like I'm not here. Let it be enough that God says that you are the apple of his eye. That's going to bring reverence, and it's going to bring a feeling of love, okay? He's completely consumed with you. But even if it's something as little as a glance, it's important to review the files on your heart. I'm going to tell you what else I did. When God gave me this revelation and he began to break this system down, and of course, I have way more in my notes when he was giving it to me because it was so much I had to write it down. What I started to do is I got a notebook, just a small one, y'all, not that big one, okay? Not this big one, all right? Thanks be unto God. I got the little one you could buy like in the dollar store for like $1. They might be like this thin, maybe about that high. It might be a little higher, but I don't want to tell y'all everything. But I got that notebook and I started writing down the date. And I wrote the name of the person I felt owed me something. And I wrote a letter, not even discussing, this is what you did to me, and this is why I feel you owe me. None of that. I wrote the letter to say your debt to me has been absolved. Your debt to me is removed. Your debt to me is at a zero balance. You owe me nothing because God has given me everything. The first, and let me tell you, I was writing for a couple of days. I did not know, but that's where I was. Husband, children, parents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins. I even had a job in there. Yes, I did. I hadn't worked at that job since 2021, but they were in there. I felt like they owed me something. I felt like they owed me. Let me just share this with y'all. I felt like they owed me because they didn't want to pay me what I was worth. Okay? And when I told them I was leaving, of course, they begged me to stay. Because they would have been in a bind throughout COVID. And then when they finally hired somebody else, because I refused to stay, for the 5-figure salary, guess what? They put up the same job description, but changed the title of the job and gave a 6-figure salary. And I was angry about it because you assured me a good 30 some odd G's when I wasn't even asking for all of that. And that was the problem. That was the problem. I was expecting the abundance to come from them when God is my source. He has a way to get me out of this system so I can establish my own system. That's another video, another topic at another time. As I began to write these letters of zero balance, the first thing that happened to me was the freedom. Because when you institute a rule, you have to make sure that people are following it. It's no different than, you putting a child on restriction. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. So no TV and no video game and no talking to your friends and no this, that, and the other. And you got to keep peeking and making sure that they're not watching TV. You watching TV? All right. You're listening in the middle of the night to see if they playing, click, click, click. You want to see if they hear. It takes a lot. When you institute a rule, you have to make sure that people are following the rules. And then if they're not, you might have to do something that you are not really prepared to do. Oh, if you break these rules, then you have to get out of my house. And you don't want your babies in the street. Don't institute those rules. You're not ready. You're not built like that yet. Anyway, I got so much freedom. Because when I let all these rules of this is what they owe me, when I let that unforgiveness go, I didn't have to follow up on it anymore. I didn't have to keep peeking to see they're going to apologize yet. They're going to give me that money back yet. They're going to be nice to me yet. They're going to acknowledge me and respect me yet. I was able to let that all go. And it freed me into the loving arms of a father who says, I love you. I respect you so much. I know the numbers of hair on your head. I bottled every tear. I shaped your nose. I shaped your eyes. I shaped your bones. That's enough. We began to have those kind of conversations, and I realized that the things that I was looking for from all of them, he had, but he couldn't give it to me because I had it written that it was supposed to come from them. And then all of a sudden, y'all, this blew my mind. I got the freedom I needed by writing these letters of, debt forgiveness. Then I was thrusted into the remembrance of God's love for me and the lengths he went through for me. But do you not know that out of nowhere, people started coming with flowers and gifts and cards and, hey, how you doing? I was just thinking about you. I didn't know whether to take it or not. I was so nervous. I was like, wait a minute. But it taught me that whatever way the Lord wants to bless me, let him bless me. If he wants to use them, he'll use them. If he don't, he won't. But above all else, he, who he is and what he has done for me is enough. In the manner of blessings, he's enough. And in the manner of forgiving me for my sins, he is enough.